it. So lovely to have you, Tanya. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
My
Um,
pleasure.
I might just hand you over to the over the mic and just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about where you are, where you're from, and what your life was like before this business.
Absolutely. And yeah, once again, Tash, thank you so much for inviting me on. Gosh, my life in a nutshell, of 62 years. I have to be very quick so I don't bore too many people. So I've been married for 34 years to an incredible man. I have two wonderful adult children, a boy and a girl. However, all I ever dreamt of was in my life was to become a professional dancer. So I do have a few little things similar to you. So I danced all around the globe for 32 years.
Wow.
However, as a dancer, you're in and out of work. And when I would come home to Australia, I had no work and I thought, my goodness, what can I do? So long story short, I got myself into the cosmetic industry, which I still am today. 20 years with Yves Saint Laurent in about 4 weeks. So very excited about that. But you know what? Our life came crumbling down about 10 years ago. We were in business together in the furniture industry. My husband and I were a business partner. And he took us for a big ride. And unfortunately, we lost our house. And so we're
I'm so
building up
sorry.
again. And I was standing at work one day going, oh my goodness, like, what can I do? What can I do that I've got more freedom? I don't have to be answerable to anyone. And anyway, this lady came into work. The universe works in mysterious ways, or whoever you believe in, whether it's God or Buddha or whoever.
Yes. Yes.
And I, she was interviewing for like small tickets. So I have actually been in small tickets for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, which was really different. However, like 10 years ago, not 10 years ago, about 2 years ago, things weren't really actually sitting right with me. And once again, the universe works in mysterious ways. I saw the hustling of, elevations, holding on to, titles and things like that, and just the grinding and everything like that. And I just thought, oh, it just wasn't sitting with me, and I wasn't actually getting to where I really wanted to go. And then I was invited into a masterclass, and I saw the comp plan, and I had heard of the water previously. I'd been to a water demo while I was in small ticket, and that was it. I signed up. The water's changed my life, and everything else to do with it. And I don't have to grind anymore like I used to. So I hope that answers everything.
Yes, yes, I love it. Okay. So thank you for sharing a little bit about your life before the business. So my question to you is how long have you been in the business,
Two
now?
years. I've been 2 years now. So 2 years has been life changing in so many ways. Like,
Amazing.
with the water, like, I'm a very full on person. Like, people reach out to me, how do you do what you do, Tanya, at your age? And I said, I do it because I want to do it. Because I've never been a lazy person, but the energy through the water has just been life changing. It really has.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amen. I love that. Like honestly, the products are so incredible. The water, the science, Lord, I love that. Like lights me up too. So, I just want to, you spoke a little bit into your turning point. Could you really describe that real line in the sand moment, that real turning point that was like, yep, I'm into this, I'm doing it, for you 2 years ago?
Well, the line of the sand turning point for me was the no-brainer, was the money that, like, and the freedom that we can actually get from this business, that I've never seen a comp plan ever like it before. And we know that KXO will always say, and I've looked at a lot of different comp plans, and I just went, and like when I was invited into it, I didn't even know it was a masterclass. I thought I was getting on another PD, like training, personal development training or whatever. And it was quite funny. And when I just saw it, I went, oh my goodness, what am I doing? Like, this is just crazy,
The golden
like,
ticket. Yeah.
and no hustle. Like, my life is just so more simpler now. And it was also too, like, at my age, I was looking at a way for, I don't have a lot of super because at my age, a lot of the time when I started work, I was casual, so I actually didn't get superannuation. I know a lot of women my age either are scared of retiring because they're coming up to retirement, or don't have enough super in their super account, right? So if you want a quality life and a life that you deserve, of like, I love to travel, I love nice things in my life and things like that. We're saving up for another house, which is going to happen either this year or next year. So you've got to look at the big picture in a bigger way. So that was a big turning point for me, because like, if I want to have a quality life and more freedom, not have to be answerable to anyone, this was my way out of the
Yes.
GAB.
I love that. I love that. I love that you really spoke into that. Since hopping in the last 2 years, you've, obviously touched on the changes and the impact, but what are some significant changes and things that you want to share with us that have really, that stand out for you in this, since starting this business and in your life now?
So the significant changes really have been the water. The water has been like number one. Like, I obviously we drink it every day. I shower in it every day, and even like, I've just come back from a little road trip, and like, obviously I can't take my Anespa with me, and I felt, I'm thinking, why is my hair like so like dry? And it's because of the chemicals in the water that, because I didn't have a water filtration system. And I always take my water with me, like gallons of it. But yeah, the water, and as I said, I think the energy has been a huge, and the inflammation has just been a huge thing for me, because I drink it every day. And at my age, it just gives me so much more life, and my skin's clearer. And like, we call it the fountain of youth. Like, Mr. Shearer always calls it the fountain of youth. And I've even had people say to me, you're actually going back in time, like aging back. And I'm not being big headed or anything, but I feel like I'm healthier now than I was 40. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
that's probably my biggest one, really.
Yeah. And that's what's I can so connect with that, because a lot of women are like, how do you have the energy and the capacity to do what you do? And I'm like, it's honestly like my sleeping, like the basic things of health, like the sleep, the energy, the level of the quality of the water I'm drinking, all of that has impacted like the output. And it all started because I decided to invest in a business that had incredible products that have absolutely changed my health, and then that's absolutely changed like other people's health, which has then impacted on changing my entire life.
Absolutely, exactly. And that's the thing, it's that whole circle. So when it changes you, it changes everyone else. And plus your family. Like, don't you want your
Absolutely.
family to be healthier as well? And like, it's, we can think of externally, but it's really internally that you've got to worry. It's the same as like when we shower. Like,
Yeah.
we're made up of 70% water, and it only takes 60 seconds for any little toxin to enter the bloodstream. And people don't understand that. And when we try to educate people, they go, really? I'm going, yeah, you might think you're drinking really good water, but what about showering?
Well, this is like coming from a PDHP teacher. So that's, if you don't understand, that's a PE teacher. We teach about like the nutrition, right?
Yeah,
And oh, my daughter's awake.
that's all
And
right.
hello, what are you doing, darling? Oh. And
It's all about family.
that's it. And yeah, we teach about that. But what we don't focus on is always focusing on the health, the food that we eat and all of the things. But what about the actual this is what has really lit things up for me. It's also about the
Yeah,
quality of the water that we are also drinking. And
yeah,
and people just really lose sight of that. And
yeah.
so once that I, really started to be able to really educate people
You're right.
on on what um on what I was also learning, and then seeing the results in my life like also changed it, right? um
Exactly.
I love that we could talk about, we're so both passionate about it. So coming back to the interview questions, what is your proudest moment looking back after the last 2 years, or maybe you want to name a couple?
This was a one that I was like thinking about last night that really got me, and I just thought, oh, because I'm not actually at the position that I want to be in the business, and it doesn't have to be rank, even though I'm proud where I am sitting today, my proudest moment is the growth, the
Yes.
transformation.
Yeah.
Um, like I even like the last 4 weeks, and one of my business partners said to me, she said, I can see how you've grown because I know this year is my year. Like I just internally, I've said it many times before over the years when I was with small ticket, but I was trained by one of our beautiful trainers, Tania, about a year ago, and we were going over, like what was your proudest moment in, like, 24, and what was your least proudest moment or whatever, and I just said, look, growth. And she said, you know what? We are still apprentices at this stage of our life because we're always growing and evolving. And even when you get to that stage or that elevation that you want to be at, you're still growing because there's something else that you want to do. And like, that's what I love. And I love about this business and the community. Look, I was with a community of people before, and they weren't as nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, I think yeah, it's just, and like when they found out that I was doing the water, which works beautifully with nutrition, because it was a health and wellness company, because I live and breathe health and wellness. Is that they just, when they found I was in the water business, they wiped me, and I just went, well, true friends shouldn't do that. But no, the community and the growth is just, I love personal development. My husband actually got me into personal development probably 30 years ago, but as he was listening to Tony Robbins 30 years ago, got all the CDs in the car, like the collection. And I'd say, what are you listening to this for? Like, because I wasn't ready for it. And now I listen to more of it. My car is my library. I listen to
Yes.
and forward work. I live and breathe it. So I'd have to say the growth and the transformation. I just love that, the people we surround ourselves with, surround yourself with the 4 people, you become that 5th person. And I have people reaching out to me is going, oh my goodness, I see you when you've done lives in the beginning and how the way you speak now. And I'm like, there's still a lot of more growth to do. Like, I'd like looking into the camera
Yes.
and not saying, and different things like that. But yeah, the growth, definitely.
I love this. I love this. Okay, what are you most proud of looking ahead? What are you most excited for?
Legacy.
Yes, yes.
Legacy, just having, an amount of money drop into your account every month, saying thank you so much for all your work. I've never seen that ever in any industry, any business ever before. And to have those like-minded people right beside me that have helped me and that I've helped them, give them a better life for them and their families as well. Because as we say, when you give those keys to, I'm getting goosebumps now saying that, that, you might have an incredible elevation or receive an X amount of money, but when you help another person or family or families have the same thing, there is no better feeling.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is my most favorite question. It's my last question. And reflective advice. If you could offer a piece of advice to your past self just starting out, what would it be? Or to someone that's sitting on the fence that's wanting to start out right now, what would that piece of advice be?
Just give it a go. If I knew, if I knew what I know now, things would be definitely totally different. And I always say to people, never ever live in regret, because you just don't know. And the worst scenario is if you jump in and you just say, it's not for me, you're left with a beautiful product that's going to change your life and your family's lives forever. And regret is like a big thing. Like, the most expensive place in the whole world is the graveyard, where unforeseen dreams and goals go 6 foot under, where people say, I wish I had have, I should have. So this is your chance. If you're sitting on the fence, to give it a go, because if you don't, you'll never ever know.
I love that so much. Thank you so much for sharing all your golden nuggets and your wisdom with us. Thank you for coming live with me. And
Beautiful girl.
Billy girl.
Billy girl, how are you? Hey, gorgeous girl. You couldn't wait for Mummy. You had to come on too, hey? It's all about family, and that's what I love too, that it's all about family. The kids can come on whenever, and yeah, and it's not a problem. Where in the CEO world, it's forbidden. It's like, no children. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
that's
so
what's
much,
really hard.
Tash.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I look forward to getting you back on sometime soon.
Absolutely.
And if you
Have an
are,
incredible day. Mwah.
yeah, and if you're wanting to learn more, reach out to myself or Tanya and let's have a conversation, because these products, this business, this opportunity is really about creating a life that feels good for you on the inside as well as the outside.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.